It's a rematch of the state championship last year, but this year they meet in the semis. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 CIAC Class L Girls Field Hockey Semifinals on the DAF Media Network as the 5-seed Wilton Warriors attempt to take down the number 1 seed Darien Blue Wave. Joined alongside the head coach of the Norwalk Bears field hockey team, Kyle Seberg. I'm Owen Heffron, and Kyle, what can we expect from these two teams in this one?
Well, I think what you're going to expect is a rematch of the regular season and last year's state finals, where it's going to be a hard-fought game. I mean, during the regular season, it came down to the wire. Darien took it, but I think both coaches are fantastic, and I think we're going to see a battle here tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up in overtime.
Well, last year, Darien did get the best of the Warriors in that finals and defeating them 4-0. Wilton hopes to change that tonight. Center pass is going to come right up here on the DAF Media Network. Back at Testa Field, Kate Bogdan lifts it. And we are ready as Darien look to get a promising offensive start. Warriors will start with the ball. And like we mentioned in the open to this stream, some hard-fought battles between these two teams recently. Wilton lost the regular season matchup just by a score of 2-1. Just pretty impressive against the Darien team who outscored their opponents 118-11.
Yeah, I think you're going to see in the beginning both teams kind of feeling each other out, seeing what's happening, especially, they both have experience, so there's not going to be playoff jitters, but there's excitement. You could tell when they were coming off the bus today.
Bogdan back, now near side over to Liddell. Gets it to Stockdale. Hard hit in the direction of Wilkes. Savino working to midfield. Nice pass to Stockdale. Now to the other captain, Wilkes. Wilkes goes in. Hard reverse hit, but it's stopped. That one rolls away. Inserting from the far side. Stockdale gets it over to Shannonbach, the freshman. Wilton defense comes up strong. So now the Warriors look to have good offensive possession, but it will go right back to the Wave.
And Darien does a nice job of just containing the ball in the offensive end. It's one of those things when you're playing against them where it seems like they have more players on the field than your team does.
Certainly making your defenders and your goalie in this case, for this game, Ella Cherenek, the sophomore, starting in goal for the Blue Wave. It's like offense is the best defense. Don't even have to worry about anyone trying to interfere. High insert on the far side, but over the head. Now the Wave have it again. Do it again from the far side. Direction of Stockdale, just past her outstretched stick. Now Wilton trying to maneuver around. Wilkes takes it away.
Oh, nice pick off.
Great stick handling. Great job by the Cornell commit to get the ball back. Stockdale pass across. Bach tried to hit it in the middle. Escapes the circle now. Wilton trying to move up. Pass Savino. Bogdan comes in with a nice defensive stop. Liddell now over to Tori Stockdale. Tori Stockdale couldn't get it to Kate Bach. Now near side. Stockdale fighting with Arden Taubin for it. Wilton will take it. Maddie O'Neill, the captain. That insert is not on target. Now the Wave will regain possession.
It's a nice ball into the corner.
Right for Blake Wilkes. But now a penalty corner will be issued. First one of the day in the favor of the Blue Wave. Looks to see typical formation here for Darien. Savino on the insertion from the left. A lot of times we'll see her go to Ashley Stockdale and then back to Blake Wilkes in hopes of seeing her net one on her extremely powerful shot.
Yeah, they're also trying to read what is Wilton going to do defensively for future corners.
Savino gets it to Wilkes. Wilkes a shot, bouncing through right in front of Savino. And the Wilton defense puts out the fire.
Beautiful save by the defender.
Sigh of relief for the Warriors. Wilkes coming hard at it. Gets by near side now. Maddie O'Neill. Turning varsity player. Wilkes is able to knock it down. Now Bach across. Caroline White. Nice feed. Over to Shannon Bach. Great defensive play, however. Now the Warriors look to hopefully at least get past the 50-yard line here. Errant pass. Now Bach has it taken away. Strong defense from the Warriors there. There was a strong pass. Way down and will roll right in front of Ella Cherenek. Is now getting there is Wilton. Running it down is the Warriors. And miscommunication leads to the first goal of the game.
That's unfortunate for Darien. Just kind of thought the ball was going to go out.
Try to get a number for you.
Fantastic hustle by the Wilton player.
Yeah, it looks like it's number 8, Mary Sylvester. And wow, what a way to open the scoring. Wilton now, errant pass in the center. One intended for number 23, Maggie Duggan. There's one that rolls in front of Ella Chernek, and this time she'll let it go by. And talking about that goal, just clean misunderstanding. Ella Chernek waiting for her defenders to get there. Great hustle, and puts it in, and Darien certainly shocked. Not how they pictured this game to go. Wilkes at midfield. Now Stockdale back to Wilkes.
Well, no, and I go back to the defensive save on the corner. That gave Wilton a little bit of life, a little bit of energy, because prior to that, Darien was pretty much dominating to start the game. But you could see it they fed off it a little bit.
All they needed was that one opportunity. As that one rolls out on the far side.
When you got two good teams, too, you make a mistake and they're going to make you pay for it. So that Darien is very good at that as well, as many teams can attest to.
Bach in the direction of Caroline White. Pass too far. Darien finds themselves down 1-0 early to Wilton. Team they've had relative success against. I mean, as there's one cross, but it goes past the end line. Now penalty corner as Darien looks to tie it.
Yep.
Talking about success, the last time Darien lost to Wilton was in 2017 when they only lost by 1, 3-2. And they've won the last straight 6 meetings. Or excuse me, Darien has won the last 6 meetings versus Wilton. As now Savino will insert again from the left side. Earlier this year, especially back in the New Canaan game, we saw Ashley Stockdale inserting a lot, but more recently been a Savino as Wilkes is stick handling at the top of the circle. Warriors strong defense.
Another corner.
But another one coming.
I think Wilton was looking for a call for them to get that ball out, but it didn't hit her foot on Darien, so another corner.
Savino discusses with her team. Inserted to Stockdale this time. Stockdale down low. No one there. Another exclamation point as the Warriors get it back.
Nice quick 25.
Wilton working far side now. That one goes off the stick. Darien gets it back. Then insert Darien gets to move up a bit. Went off the stick of a Warrior. As Wilton not letting anyone get this ball in play. Now midfield. Wilton moving up. Good job to get down low. Great defense there from Katie Savino, the captain. Now a quick change of possession. There's an errant pass from Bridget Grosso. Goes out now, and Darien a lot of chances kind of living in this offensive zone. Bach off a Wilton player.
Another corner.
Another corner coming. 4th one of the day for the Blue Wave. They've yet to capitalize. Still down 1-0 here. Just over 4 minutes left to play. Wilton riding the momentum of the goal and riding the momentum coming off of a 1-0 upset victory versus Ridgefield. Savino, Ashley Stockdale, Wilkes, shot deflected high, and it goes in. Blake Wilkes nets one, and we are tied at 1 apiece.
Looked like it might have gone off the Wilton player's stick. I'm not sure.
Yeah, looked to go off the stick of Ashley Masterson, the captain. But again, Blake Wilkes so dangerous. So 2 not very typical looking goals to start this semifinals game. Again, watching on the DAF Media Network. Wilkes knocks it down. She just scored and is looking to make something happen again. Good move to get it to Tori Stockdale. Now to her sister.
Yeah, the patience of the Darien players is something to admire, and Wilton does it as well. Just not being in a hurry to force the ball, looking for that open pass, maybe pulling it back. It's something that every coach tries to teach.
Bach attempts to get it to Wilkes. Smothered by Wilton defenders. Maddie O'Neill and Clara Fielden were both there. Savino down into the circle. Good clear to get it out. Prevents anything dangerous from happening. But now Darien goes right back on the offensive. Bach in front of her, pokes one, and it's wide left.
She was wide open in front of the goal.
Take another look at the instant replay. Hits it to the backside and just kind of lifted it. Maybe in the direction of Blake Wilkes she was looking. Like you said, missed opportunity. Now near side running with it. It's number 9, Riley Fitzgerald. Leading goal scorer last year for the Warriors with 17. He's committed to Georgetown for this field hockey sport. Great all-around player. Been on this team for a while, too. All FCIAC East as a sophomore, as that one's going into the circle. Good job by the Blue Wave. Take the ball back. Kylie Liddell now from just under the 20 in her defensive zone. Gets it to Wilkes. Now midfield, Stockdale, great vision. Stockdale was fighting with number 6, Clara Fielden. Great job from her to get it back. Strong defense from the freshman Shannon Bach, sister of Kate. Now it's Thena Ogle, another freshman on the far side, trying to chase it down. Darien bench being very vocal here, as we've reached under a minute to play in this first frame. Midfield now is Fitzgerald. Backhand right across. Pass couldn't connect.
That was close. Just another inch or two, and she would have had an opportunity to create something.
Looked to be in the direction of number 21, Casey O'Connor. But now it's Tori Stockdale near side. Good stick work. Good poke from the Wilton defense. Fitzgerald now works inside, across the circle, kicked away by Cherenek.
Corner with no time left. That's great creation by the Wilton player, just knowing the clock awareness and getting something to happen with no time left on the clock.
So penalty corner now will keep this first quarter alive with no time left. So Wilton has as long as they need to try to score. But if Darien clears, it will be the end of this first frame.
Right, so you're going to see everybody up on Wilton, keep it in front of that hash mark, the 5 yards outside the circle.
Inserted, now down in the circle. Cherenek playing far out. A shot off Cherenek, and it goes out. Great job by Darien to shut down the Warriors. 1-1 tie game at the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back for some second quarter of action right here on the DAF Media Network.
seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
Second quarter of play now here at Testa Field. Darien versus Wilton tied at 1 apiece. Darien on the right side of your screen in their white as Bogdan lifts a high one. And the Wilton Warriors on the left side of your screen. In their dark blue uniforms, actually Stockdale goes to the corner. Attempts to stick handle. Goes out of the end line. Working back now, Shannon Bach. Freshman they called up for the postseason, and she's been great, been getting some starts.
Tell you what, the way that quarter ended, you know both coaches are using it. Wilton saying, hey, we had opportunity, and Darien saying, hey, we shut them out. We stopped them. So if we had a microphone in the huddle.
Kate Bogdan now slow roller. To go over to number 18, Allie Meyer. Warriors now far side. Good insert. That pass couldn't connect. Now it goes back. It's Bach at midfield.
Darien's doing a really nice job of controlling the middle part of the field and then creating offensive opportunities off of that.
Said it again is Kate Bach. Good stick handling. Now over to Tori Stockdale. Off the leg of Maddie O'Neill. Good move.
Very nice play.
Off the stick over to Fitzgerald in front of Liddell. Savino stops her. Fitzgerald working on Liddell.
Nice spin move.
Couldn't keep that stick on the ball. Now Kyle Liddell works to insert. Over to Blake Wilkes. Couldn't quite get a stick on it. There's Fielden's pass. Can't quite get to Mary Sylvester. Fitzgerald. Stick-to-stick contact with Liddell. Play will stop for a moment. Insert into the circle off the stick of Bogdan. Now back out, and Bach regains it. Long offensive possession for the Warriors in this zone. Tori Stockdale looks to end it. Good move. Now at will as she tries to get it to her sister. Running for it. Taken away by Maddie O'Neill. Back to Tori Stockdale. Now it's her sister. Just a weak bouncer. Bach has it taken away. Direction of Fitzgerald, and it gets to her. Fitzgerald with a burst of speed. Good move by Bogdan to stop her a little bit. Now slowly rolled into the center right in front of Cherenek. Great defense by Katie Savino. Captain coming up large in the biggest moment.
Wilton's doing a really nice job here in the second quarter, adjusting and put a little more pressure on Darien.
Scary for a moment. Looked like, I believe it was either number 21 Casey O'Connor or number 27 Charlotte DiNapoli right in front of Cherenek. But the Amherst field hockey commit Katie Savino, big part of this team, helped out her less experienced sophomore goaltender. Kylie Liddell now to insert. Off the stick of number 16, Arden Taubin. Now Taubin goes in. Tried to sneak one by to Fitzgerald, but couldn't. Good awareness by Kylie Liddell. Her and her sister Brooke both going to Wake Forest.
Oh, it's a beautiful spin move.
Blake Wilkes. Now is it taken away? Is fighting for it is number 27 Grosso, or excuse me, number 7 Grosso.
They're letting the kids play for sure. With two teams at this level, you're going to let them play. And
goes backwards to Fielden.
Hopefully not have the refs be the decision makers.
Play halted, Tori Stockdale off the stick. They'll try to get at it. It's Taubin now. Fitzgerald and Savino fighting for it. Again, you see Savino just getting that stick to the turf. A move we've seen her do a lot throughout a lot of these games.
Yeah, that was a fantastic block tackle there, just denying her any access to the stroke line or anything in the circle.
Savino's second year on varsity. Achieved the captain role. She's also a lacrosse player in the spring. Now actually Stockdale was able to fight with Maddie O'Neill for the ball. Kyle Liddell hits it back to midfield to Savino. Working with appears to be Meyer on the near side, but gets swarmed. It'll go to the Warriors. Rainbow of a lift. Maybe a little too high now. Allie Meyer hits it back. Kate Bogdan. Kate Bogdan, a DAF Media volunteer. As Liddell's pass goes right over to Taubin. Now Fitzgerald could not quite get by Savino. Now Taubin gets it back. Kyle Liddell. It's it out of the end line. Fielden down low. Nowhere to go. Wave defenders everywhere. Good defense from Blake Wilkes. Not letting Clara Fielden go anywhere. Hard matchup, especially for Fielden, who's a freshman, going after a 4-year varsity player like Blake Wilkes in a Cornell commit. Savino maybe a little shaken up on the defensive effort. Great job nonetheless. Now it's Bach right near the 40. Her sister now. Couldn't quite get it over
Nice
the
ball.
defender as it's off Fitzgerald's foot. Missed opportunity there. Seen Riley Fitzgerald demonstrate that speed. Liddell. Fielding can't get a stick on it, but O'Neal can. Wilkes, relentless pressure. O'Neal gets by Stockdale and Liddell. Fitzgerald can. Savino runs right into the back of Mary Sylvester. Pause play for a moment as Liddell now goes backwards over to Bogdan.
An opportunity for Wilton.
Cut off. Shot high, blocked by Ella Cherenek. Great save. Take another look at it. A high shot. Gets the blocker on it, slaps it away. Pretty much a picture-perfect shot from the freshman Casey O'Connor, but better save. Is now Wilkes near side.
Nice.
Ashley Stockdale. Off the foot of Maddie O'Neal. Now under 5 minutes left to play, just before halftime. Some of the seniors, juniors on this team, for the first couple of years playing field hockey at the high school level, were used to the halves. Recently, the past couple of years, turned into the quarters.
Yeah, that was an adjustment for everybody.
He's now into the circle. Stockdale down
Oh,
low.
it's a beautiful
Wide
shot.
left.
And that's a shot you just cannot defend. And she does it very well.
Ashley Stockdale, certainly an offensive weapon. Scored in the FCIAC championship last year. She's one of the class of 2024 top 50 players. Wilkes, now Stockdale. Good stick handling. Good move, but better defense
Yeah, solid
by
defense
Wilton.
by Wilton there. You know when she's around the goal, they're on high alert.
So Wilton free hit. Look to get something started. Pass not on target. Goes out, Shannon Bach now. Ogle now. Back to Bach, the two freshmen getting their reps. Corner now. First corner, I believe, of this second half. Or, excuse me, of this second quarter. Most likely we'll see Katie Savino insert from the left side as she's been doing for the majority these last couple games. Savino, top to Shannon Bach this time. Now it's Stockdale. Stockdale low across, and it goes in. Great job. Look at the replay. Believe it looked to be Katie Savino, the defender, who actually scored that one. Captain not used to hitting some goals. Darien sideline celebrating as the Blue Wave goes up one. Just over 2 minutes to play.
A really nice corner as far as patience goes. And there were probably three players on Darien that could have shoved that in the net. Really drawing them outside the circle to give them an opportunity to be a player up.
Like you said, Wilkes was there also. Just got Sierra Shattenfield, the goalie for Wilton, out of position. Can't be out of position with this Blue Wave offense.
No, they will make you pay, that's for sure.
Liddell.
I'd look for Wilton to come back. I mean, Wilton is not a team that's just going to lay down.
Far side, good hustle
Fantastic play.
Yeah, Hope Hapgood checking into the game for Darien. Fielden was looking for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald showing off the speed. We'll say she pushed off of Kylie Liddell.
Yeah, that's her call. She had the angle. Rubbin is racing as far as I'm concerned. Let the kids play, but.
Play stops, it goes back to Bogdan. Bogdan across to Allie Meyer. Strong defender on this Darien team. Also a Williams field hockey commit. Hit on the ground and knocked out. Meyer will do it again as now we're under a minute left before halftime. Intercepted now. The Warriors a backhand shot. Cherenek stops it and kicks it away. Still in the circle, looking to get it out. Another great save by the sophomore goalie, Ella Cherenek.
She's coming up big for Darien.
Great job to stop a possible chance right before halftime. Going in with the lead would be huge here for Darien. Gives them momentum coming out. Caroline White. Excuse me, that is Katie Walsh, and that will be the end of the first half as Darien leads 2-1. Take another look at that last opportunity. Strong shot from Fitzgerald. Great save by Ella Cherenek. So Riley Fitzgerald, pardon the mistake on my part, actually did score that first goal for Wilton. Darien responds quickly with a Blake Wilkes deflection goal in the first, and then Katie Savino, the defender, actually goes and scores right before half. So 2-1 as we get started for the second half of play. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the DAF Media Network.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
Coming out of half now. Darien 2, Wilton 1. Sides will flip as now Darien offensive zone going to the right, Wilton going to the left. And for those of you who are Darien soccer fans, don't miss out on Saturday, the 25th of November. It's going to be the DHS soccer varsity versus alumni game. The DHS Oval at 2 p.m. So don't miss out on that. We won't be streaming it on DAF Media Network, but you can go to the Darien High School Oval to see today's varsity squad face off against some of the alumni of the Darien soccer squad. And one more correction, that first quarter goal was Riley Fitzgerald, number 9 for the Warriors, which put them up 1-0. Now Darien, 2 unanswered goals. One from girl who has the ball right now, Blake Wilkes. Molly Kayer now. Couldn't get it by the Blue Wave. Is it Stockdale? Hard pass in the direction of Wilkes. Now near side. Paige Lung couldn't get it. Over to number 8, Sylvester. Good job from Grosso to take it away. But now it's Savino, stick handling. Schinnenbach, the freshman. Poked away.
Yeah, similar vibe as the start of the game where both teams are kind of, again, feeling each other out.
Wilton kind of passing it back and forth in their defensive end. Job by Tori Stockdale, but now burst of speed is Fitzgerald. Far side, great job. Katie Savino. Extremely common and famous move of getting that stick down low.
Yeah, Darien defense, they're doing a really nice job. There were 3 defenders within playing distance, so she got by one. Chances were low she was going to get by all 3.
Ashley Stockdale now to Kate Bach. Kate Bach over to Blake Wilkes. Blake Wilkes kind of getting swarmed.
Oh, right back.
Meyer will leave it for Shannon Bach. Gets it near side to Wilkes, immediately double teamed. Warriors know how dangerous she is. Good job to get the stick down to Stockdale, but a little too much contact. And Blue Wave defense showing a lot of aggression.
So you and I were talking earlier tonight. This is kind of a cool experience here, being that this field is going to be torn up come March because we're building a new high school. So this will be the last field hockey game on this field. Tomorrow night we're hosting the boys semifinals for soccer to get Greenwich versus Stanford.
And of course, Kyle, you being the Norwalk field hockey head coach, got a lot of games here.
A few, yeah. I've been 31 years here.
Yeah.
And this field actually was the first field turf field in the state of Connecticut, high school or college, which is a pretty cool, it was kind of a feather in our cap for a while.
Yeah, definitely a cool feat. Right in the middle was Bach. Great job, hard hit out. Stockdale. Lightly hit over to her sister. Now across. Shannon Bach.
For me, it's interesting being on this side here. I get to hear all the refs in the stands, which I don't normally hear because I'm on the other side.
And that new field is being built kind of right over near.
It's going to be where the high school is, actually. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. We're actually have 2 turf fields.
Bog now across. Stockdale down low.
Oh, beautiful
off
save.
the blocker. Good job. Number 99, Sierra Shattenfield. Now it's Bach again. Tori Stockdale, weak dribbler.
Got a corner. That was a heck of a release pass, too. She saw that she was blocked, just fed it right back to her teammate, creating an open shot and creating a corner.
Looks like number 11, Hope Hapgood, the junior, is checked into the game. Dartmouth commit for lacrosse. And Hope Hapgood's sister Ryan set team records for this field hockey squad. Hope decided to go maybe different direction and commit for lacrosse, but she'll be there standing next to Kate Bach, waiting on the insertion from Savino. Stockdale, Shannon Bach, and Wilkes at the top. We saw from Savino's corner that pass actually went to Shannon Bach first, something that at least I haven't seen. It'll go to Shannon Bach again, but it goes past her stick. Maybe a little bit of the inexperience on taking those insertion shows.
Yeah, Darien got lucky on that one.
Stays with them.
Other corner, but that could have been a fast break on Wilton real quick, and they did a nice job of not allowing that to happen.
Savino getting ready to insert yet again. Talks to her squad. From the right side of your screen, it's Hapgood, Bach, Stockdale, Shannon Bach, and Wilkes as Wilkes takes it. Wilkes slaps one off the stick. Tipped up into the air. Warriors defenders on it. It's going to hit it out. So it'll stay with Darien, but no corner. Shannon Bach scoots by. Now the captain, Wilkes. Wilkes dribbling in. Maybe looking for a reverse hit, but she'll get a penalty corner instead. So 3 straight. Now kind of reminds me at least of the New Canaan game way back when, 2 months ago, on September 14th, one game that I was able to broadcast with Charlotte Kaiser where there were at least 17 penalty corners for Darien that game. Just a lot of opportunities in a game that only ended 3-1. So I'm sure head coach Mominicus had a lot of time to talk with her girls after that one about how to capitalize on corners, which they've seemed to excel in more recently after that one. Strong defense by the Warrior as they kick it out. Now Riley Fitzgerald. Good job fighting Savino for it.
Nice stop.
Yeah, hard hit right to Stockdale. Not afraid of the ball at all. Gets her stick down. Nice and easy. Maddie O'Neill, the captain for the Warriors. Inserts near or far side. Stockdale slowly rolls one to Kate Bach. Kate Bach high. Blake Wilkes couldn't get a stick on it. Flings it out. Now it's Stockdale. Saying it's Wilton's ball.
Nice aerial to get it out of there. At least get a little bit of breathing room for Wilton, but as always happens, Darien's going to come right back at you.
And they're coming at him quick already, but Wilton does a good job there. Now it's Shannon Bach. Can't quite get the edge around Bridget Grosso. Great job there from the junior. It's hit back now. Bach takes it away from Paige Lung. Shannon Bach, the freshman, lifts it over. Blake Wilkes can't chase it down.
It's a nice ball. Good idea. Just ran out of real estate.
Hard hit on the ground off the stick of Bach. Now an opportunity for the Warriors. Savino fighting for the ball. She's able to take it away. But great defense from Savino. was able to take it away from Casey O'Connor.
Got a nice crowd here tonight, too, supporting both teams.
Yeah, definitely big crowd here. It's cold, but they're out here.
I know my team is in the concession stand trying to sell hot chocolate and stay warm.
Shannon Bach, similar insertion just a minute ago. Wilkes is able to get to this one. Now back to Shannon Bach. Shannon Bach down low into the circle. Sister has it now. Corner again.
Relentless pressure by Darien, just keeping it up and just trying to create corner scoring opportunities.
Yeah, keeping it in that offensive zone. Wilton had it out for a split second. Casey O'Connor had it, and then Savino swarmed her. Came immediately back. Savino from the left side. On the insertion. Caroline White, Kate Bach, her sister Shannon Bach. Ashley Stockdale, Blake Wilkes, and Tori Stockdale all there. Stockdale will get it first. Go to Blake Wilkes. Blake Wilkes, a shot down low.
Oh.
Right in front of Caroline White.
She'll be seeing that one when she closes her eyes tonight. She was right there. Beautiful positioning, just didn't get the bounce.
Stopped it and went to bring it up. Rolled off the stick. Definitely a missed chance to get some insurance. A little bit of cushion as we get under 4 minutes in the third quarter. Fitzgerald, far side. Savino in front of her. Savino stops her.
Beautiful play. To me, that's one of the hardest things to do in this sport because of the crazy rules of, one-sided stick and all of that. And coming down that weak side, defending that on that left side, that was just a really nice example of how to do it right. For you kids watching at home.
Good lesson. Now Kate Bach turns on the Jets. Rolls one. Nice easy kick save. Go to Wilton, so not too much of a challenge for the senior Sierra Shatterfield. Casey O'Connor. Good stick movement. Still's got it. Relentless hustle. Wilkes and Bach. Hawkin for the ball. Now Stockdale swoops in, takes it. It's a defender's stick. Be a free hit. Stockdale in front of three Warriors. Rolls out of the end line. We'll say it's Wilton. Or excuse me. Be a free hit back here. Shannon Bach, also a lacrosse player, the freshman. Blake Wilkes. Good move. Goes out of the back. Same spot here, but instead it'll be Savino this time. Savino gets down low and hits it over to Shannon Bach. Wilkes tries to keep it in.
The right idea.
Hit hard on the ground. Warriors are fighting for it.
Just got her out wide.
Yeah, maybe a chance here. Fitzgerald keeps it in front of her. Or excuse me. Fitzgerald is there. Waiting for that pass. As now she has it. Smacks it down low. In front of Cherenek. Leung was there. And the Warriors get a corner.
You know, it's one of those things, too, is that corner started on the defensive 40-yard line, and you could see it developing. And that's one of the things that a lot of times defenders and middies don't get the recognition that the forwards do, but they created that opportunity on the offensive end.
So to insert will be Clara Fielden, the freshman.
No pressure.
Pulls one to Fitzgerald. Now back across. She's open. Takes a shot low. Kicked away by Cherenek. Another one, but a whistle.
Whistle first.
And they'll say no goal. And that's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. So a little bit of a heart stopper there. But a whistle was blown before the ball hit the back of the net.
Another exciting end to a quarter.
15 minutes away, Darien is from moving on to the finals and facing Staples, who just earlier beat Glastonbury, to head on to the chip. And if Darien does get there, the FCIAC finals and the Class L state finals will be the same two teams. We'll see if Darien can hang on or if Wilton can come back and tie it or maybe even win it in about a minute and a half right back here on the DAF Media Network. "15 minutes away from the end of this one, unless Wilton can score as Riley Fitzgerald moves in. But if the Blue Wave can move on, it'd be huge for Mo Minikis and her girls. Facing Staples, a team they know extremely well. Beat them in overtime thriller back on the 2nd of October at Darien High. Blake Wilkes hit the winner in overtime, a great reverse lift, and then again they faced in the FCIAC Championship, shutout 3-0.
Yeah, that game, the championship, Ashley Stockdale just had an amazing night. I believe she was the MVP of that game as well.
Scored in the FCIAC Championship last year as well, and it was against, guess who, Staples is what again, so Staples seeing that number 13 in their nightmares. Is Blake Wilkes now midfield. Gets it by Stockdale. Pass looked to be intended for Riley Fitzgerald.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there.
Not quite on the right shoulder. Hard for her to get to. But now Wilton slowly moving up and applying some pressure. Sylvester. Far side. Tori Stockdale. Some good D. Darien now hopes to exit this one. Great lift over to far side Caroline White. A little bumping going on. Caroline White, Amherst commit, so she'll be joining Katie Savino next fall. Wilton moving in. And there's the...
She's locking it down on that left side.
Yeah, Katie Savino all game, it looks like. Even been locked down on defense and even has herself a goal. Now Kate Bach trying to move in, the junior. Hard hit down low, Savino off her stick. That one cut off. Bridget Grosso running for it. Now near side. Number 20, that's Sabrina Sharfudden. Great job by Blake Wilkes to get it back. Shannon Bockel. Take it slow over to Tori Stockdale. Richmond Field Hockey commit. One-time hit, but Wilkes cuts it off. Slow roller to Bach. Bach backhands. Saves it from going out of the end line. Sharfin keeps it in. As it looked to hit off the leg of Molly Kayer. Kayer, a senior who's also on the Wilton ski team. Hits it to Savino, goes down low, but off a stick. And now Wilton. Free hit over to Sharfordin. Sharfordin working on Bach. Two freshmen. Shannon Bach. Good defense from Molly Kayer.
You can see Darien looking for opportunities, but also being very aware of making sure they're covering their back.
Bouncing ball corralled.
Nice.
By Maddie O'Neill, it looked like, on that far side. Captain showing her ability. Again, for all those watching, it's the 2023 Class L Girls Field Hockey State Semifinals on the DAF Media Network, joint venture of the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. Kayer slaps one. Good pressure from Tori. Ashley gets it over to her sister. Stockdale through the legs.
Nice ball, creating a corner there.
Great job. And a chance for Darien to get a third.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Same formation we've seen. Hapgood checks in, so it's Hapgood, Bach, Ashley Stockdale, Tori Stockdale, Wilkes, and Shannon Bach. A lot of sisters on this team. A lot of college commits on this team between those sisters, 9 in total. Now it's Tori that gets it over to her sister. Ashley goes in, back across, and Bach just whiffs on it. Missed chance.
It was there. It was there.
Right in front. Sorry, she's disappointed.
It's a tough ball, though. It's coming lateral like that. If it's got a little bit of an angle back, it's easier for that player to get it. So when it's coming, it's not as easy as it looks. So everyone sees that like, oh, wide open. We got a timeout on the field.
So a timeout called. Kyle, with 8 minutes exactly left, is there anything Wilton can try to change, try to do differently? Anything Leon Kerr should be telling his team as we enter this final stage?
That's a great question. I don't think Leon's going to change anything. I think one of his characteristics as a coach and his teams, they don't give up, and they're gonna stick with and trust the process of what's gotten them where they are. Wilton, even before Leon, one of the coaches that I respect a whole heck of a lot, Deirdre Hines, they just always fought every time and stick to what got you there. There's no reason you're going to change anything now. Maybe take a little more chances offensively if you can get it through, but when you do that against a team like Darien, they will make you pay if you're exposed too much.
And Wilton certainly coming off of that close game, 1-0 versus 4-seed Ridgefield, and we'll talk about how both teams got here in the opening round. Darien beats South Windsor 9-0, and Wilton beat Fairfield Ludlow 7-2, and then Darien beat Norwalk 4-0 to get to this point.
Oh, you had to bring that up, didn't you? And the wound is still fresh, but if I'm going to lose to anybody, I'll lose to Mo Minikis because we're good friends and we've been coaching together against each other for a long time. So
24th year coaching the Blue Wave. Then Wilton, like we just said, 1-0 upset versus Ridgefield. Only other upset so far in this Class L tournament was your team, Kyle, the Norwalk Bears, over number 8 seed Hall, 3-1.
Yeah, that game was great for our program, for all my players, and they might be listening tonight. But that game for us was, one of the best games that I've coached. Where my team, everybody just seemed to click, and that's one of the things coming in against Darien. We were saying, hey, get some of that juice back, but they're too good of a team to make mistakes against.
And then Darien, of course, your FCIAC champions, Wilton, got knocked out in the quarterfinals by Greenwich 7-0, who Darien went on to beat by a score of 3-2 in the semifinals before moving on to beat Staples. And in that semifinals game, it was 2-1 Greenwich almost the whole way up until about 3 minutes left, where Blake Wilkes scored 2 goals in about a minute and a half which gave her a hat trick on the day and put Darien up 3-2, which would be the final score in that contest.
Yeah, it's one of those things with this league. The competition in our league is strong, and even teams at their record, you may look at it and say they don't have a shot. They're still going to compete.
Yeah, Stockdale down low.
Got her foot.
Right over to Wilkes. But like you said, hit the foot. Now it's Molly Kayer. Fooled all of us, actually, as it's going to be the captain, Ashley Masterson. Go right back to her.
You're starting to see a little urgency on Wilton's side, with the up players trying to really get themselves open to get the ball.
There's Bach, and now a corner coming.
And there's the danger when you start pushing up like that, then it leaves things open to create some corners on the defensive side.
Clock winding down. Katie Savino on the insertion. Goes to Wilkes first. Hard over to Bach. Leading down the middle for Wilkes. Wilkes rolls one down low. Off the pad goes to Bach. Right in front now.
Fantastic job by the Wilton defense, the goalie and the defense just supporting her when she makes those saves.
Yeah, looks like Mary Sylvester, number 8, was able to pounce on that one. Junior with her great stick handling ability in her second year on this varsity squad smacked it out. Savino fires one towards Ashley Stockdale. Warriors trying to push down that far side with about 5 minutes left. Pass is intercepted. Ball slowly rolls to midfield right at that end for Norwalk. Meyer comes speeding in to accept the pass from Shannon Bach. Wilkes watches it go out. Darien bench getting vocal. Now looking, hoping to get to that Class L title.
That's a corner. She didn't give her 5 yards there, so that's a tough break for Wilton.
So again, now another chance with Hapgood, the Bach sisters, the Stockdale sisters, all in there ready. Of course, Savino could go to Blake Wilkes. Been on this team since she was a freshman 4 years ago. She does. Wilkes down low, rolls one right in front of Bach. Now Stockdale. Stockdale slaps one off a defender and now cleared out again. Similar version to how the corner a couple minutes ago ended. This time it was Molly Kayer who smacked it out. It's Meyer. Meyer lifts one through 3 defenders, more defenders.
Another save.
Bach looked to get a stick on it. Excuse me, that was Hapgood that got a stick on it, but off the pad. Now an attempt to clear is stopped by Ashley Stockdale. The Duke commit goes in. Stockdale conservatively hits one back. Now running at it is the Warriors. Tori Stockdale on the far side.
Just kind of burying it down low, taking some time off the clock.
You know, left CIAC honorable mention last year. Knows what she's doing. As we are now 2.5 minutes from that Class L title game for Darien. Unless Wilton can net one. A lot of hustle here from the Warriors. Going in was Paige Leung. Wilton fans here not happy with that call as Shannon Bach lifts one. Direction of her sister. That one hit back towards Blake Wilkes, hits off her knee. Trying to plead her case to the referee.
We got a timeout for Wilton.
So another timeout taken. Second one of this fourth quarter with 1:55 remaining.
You know, I would be on her side on that one. It looked like it got lifted up into her knee. But again, I'm 40 yards away. So as most of the refs will tell you, when I'm on the sideline, what do I know? They're right there, and they're making that call.
So 1:55 left. We'll see what's in store for us. If Darien can move on or if Wilton can maybe give them a little bit more trouble. Right back here on the DAF Media Network right after this. Timeout is over. Warriors with possession.
You'll notice Wilton's got a player up in the offensive circle trying to create something.
Liddell Gardner closely. Can't see it on your screen, but looks like Riley Fitzgerald is there in that right outside the offensive circle. The Darien side. Watching the play unfold on the other side. Ashley Stockdale right in the corner, just killing as much time as she can.
Yep.
Now hit down low. Wilkes fighting for it. Wilton a hard pass out. Savino gets the stick down, blocks the pass.
Beautiful play.
Now it's Tori Stockdale. Far side, but Wilton grabs possession. Midfield and Wilton just passes are not connecting. Wilkes smartly just smacks one down low. Clock winding down, just 30 seconds now. Wilkes can't get her stick on it. Warriors fire one.
Oh, there we got a chance.
Fitzgerald, here she comes, past Liddell, goes in, fires one, and she scores! Riley Fitzgerald scores and the crowd goes nuts.
Incredible. 16.7 seconds left in the game.
Are you kidding me? The Blue Wave cannot believe it. Riley Fitzgerald's second of the game. A miracle at Testa Field. Wow. 16.7 seconds left. Incredible. The Georgetown field hockey commit, one of the Max Field Hockey regional players to watch. We see why, as that does it at the end of 4 quarters. We are tied at 2 apiece, and we are headed to overtime on the DAF Media Network. Winner goes on to face Staples in the Class L title game. We'll be right back on the DAF Media Network. Start of overtime now.
Amazing.
It's 7-on-7, 10-minute golden goal. So one goal will do it. It'll move the team on.
Just need a ball.
Box standing at center field, and we'll run you through how we got here in the first. Riley Fitzgerald chased one down, and just some miscommunication by Ella Cheranek and her defense led the Warriors to go up 1-0. Then answering quickly was Blake Wilkes in that first quarter. In the second quarter, off a penalty corner, a lot of passes led to a Katie Savino goal. As we see, she passed to Liddell now. And then, as you just saw with 16 seconds left, Wilton Warriors needed a miracle, and they got one as Riley Fitzgerald snuck by Kyle Liddell and snuck the ball past Ella Cheranek.
And that was a great example of off the timeout. Leon Kerr, sends his forward up, his speedy forward, and try to get the ball to her, and 16.7 seconds left.
Absolutely shocking. Darien bench, though, we saw between this fourth quarter and overtime, they're not counting themselves out. They're hyped up. They've been in overtime situations before. We saw in the Staples game, Blake Wilkes came and won. Of course, Darien riding high. And those 47 straight wins versus Connecticut teams is absolutely absurd. But now Leung grabbed it but couldn't get it by. Warriors here now at the 40. Leung trying to work. Great defense by the captain Wilkes. Here she goes.
Oh, she's got her up. She had Stockdale sliding through. If she could have gotten a piece of that one.
O'Neal now in the middle. Lays one a little far, but able to corral it. Kyle Liddell takes it away. Backing up.
Some excellent defense on the offensive end by Wilton.
Now it's Savino, and that Riley Fitzgerald goal with those 16 seconds left, Kyle. We talked about Darienne's time management at the end. Maybe trying to, should have killed the clock a little bit more, but again, just a great job by Leon Kerr and Wilton.
It's easy to second guess, right? But it's also Wilton made that opportunity happen. I don't think Darien did anything wrong, so to speak. Just opportunity created by that setup, and a lucky bounce too. There was one lucky bounce there.
A little bit of luck is sometimes all you need. As
That's
Stockdale grabs it. Wilkes is open, a little bit behind. Now Wilkes runs in. Leung is there, gets a stick on it.
Excellent defense by Wilton closing that down.
O'Neal too smothered, but now it's Stockdale. Good move. She slips and falls. No whistle. Bogdan to Liddell. Now Bach. Bach a reverse hit. Just goes out of the end line.
And you start getting that too as it gets later in the night and these cold nights. The turf does get slippery, so you're going to, you don't want anyone to get hurt, but that's happening.
Because now the Warriors look to get a chance, but Katie Savino, brick wall.
Just fantastic defense. Slowing things down, giving Darien a chance to regroup.
Bogdan runs in. Hits one towards near the sideline and it'll roll out. Here's Masterson. To Leung. Fitzgerald is running with it. It'll be Kate Bogdan on the near side. Bogdan, a junior, first-year varsity player, too. One of the many on this team.
Good lift over to her captain.
Beautiful ball.
Wilkes scores one by.
She's dangerous on this sideline.
I'm sure the Warriors know it too as she moves in.
Oh, it's wide open and top.
Wide open. Liddell misplays it. Now 2 defenders on her. She gets shoved down. So a free hit from right outside the circle. Liddell over to Stockdale. Stockdale, good move. Stockdale reverse across. Just nothing brewing. No one there. Take another look on the replay.
Close.
Good reverse hit. Wilkes couldn't quite get a stick on it and not close enough for a shot on goal, but now Wilton right before the 20-yard line in their defensive zone. Good job by Wilkes. She stops it, moves in. Backhand down low. Stockdale runs to it, watches it go out. Ashley Stockdale tries the spin move on Sylvester. Sylvester takes it away. Sylvester hits it over to a little safe Fitzgerald pushed off. Savino slips.
Yeah.
Sigh of relief as Bach gets it. Liddell one times it over to Stockdale, lowers the shoulder. Possession will stay with the Blue Wave.
To me, that was a good example of the officials not bumping that up.
Into the circle.
Nice
Wilkes
save.
maybe had a shot. Stockdale now low, and she scores. The Blue Wave move on to the Class L title game versus Staples.
Fantastic goal by Ashley Stockdale. Reminiscent of the FCIAC championship, she had a goal from that exact same spot against Staples.
The captain comes through. Ashley Stockdale. Replay, just great low. See the relief in her body language. And what a game this has been.
Fantastic game. And Wilton has nothing to hang their heads about. I know it stings right now, but when they wake up 24 hours from now, they're going to realize they battled all game long.
Yeah, played one heck of a contest. And I mean, we'll take you through a recap one more time. Fitzgerald got things started. Blake Wilkes then in the first. Katie Savino scored in the second. Fitzgerald again in the fourth quarter for her second of the game. And then Ashley Stockdale slaps one down low. Great job by Blake Wilkes, it looks like, to get her foot out of the way.
Yeah.
And that'll do it on the night. Well, so it'll be Darien Staples in the Class L title game. And one last thanks to this whole DAF Media crew. Cooper Kelly on graphics, Jack Kinney and Will Donnelly on the cameras, Lucas Balanzano on instant replay, Andrew Wilson directing, and of course everything is overseen by our head advisor, Damian Andrew. Coming to you from Testa Field, I'm Owen Heffron, joined alongside Kyle Seberg, and you've been watching DAF Media, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Again, the Blue Wave beat the Warriors 3-2. Hope you have a great rest of your night.